up here at the barn today and I'm looking outside and everything is wet. Everything's wet. I don't know. Sometimes we need the rain, sometimes we don't. We've had about probably 3 inches of rain in the last 3 or 4 days, probably 4 inches of rain over the last week. But I guess we needed it or we wouldn't be getting it. So there we go. But I got a story to tell you, and it involves Christmas tree farming. It's sort of comical. We'll be right back. Okay, Dan the man here with Ralston Acres. One of the things that I guess in a way that I've sort of done a lot of is tell stories. Not lies, but stories. And I thought I might share one with you today. Since it's raining outside, we can't do anything else. We can't tape outside. We can't do much of anything outside right now because it's raining. You might can hear it on the tin roof up here. But anyway, I got a little story I was going to tell you. I'll just pull up a chair and I'll sort of try to tell you what the story is about. Well, matter of fact, for the sake of purposes of getting on the camera, let me just stand up. This was told to me by a Christmas tree farmer several years ago. Supposed to be true, but I'm not 100% sure that it is, but I'll tell you the story anyway. There was a Christmas tree farmer who opened his farm up. He's an established farmer. He's been selling several hundred trees a year, and so this family comes up, and that's generally a choose and cut operation. You see a lot of families come up to your farm and they're going to choose and cut their Christmas tree, and they pull up in the parking lot and they all get out, and a husband, wife, and maybe 2 kids, and they come out and they come to the farmer and they said, we're looking for that perfect tree, and we just didn't know if your trees were for sale, but we think they are. And the farmer says, oh yes, they're all for sale. Everything on the farm, we're going to make up a price. We're going to say $40. And the farmer said, yeah, it's $40. Anything in the field, which is relatively cheap, to be honest with you, more like $60 today or more. But anyway, let's just use 40. He says $40, anything in the field, and except for that one tree that I've got marked. And what he had done is he had taken some red ribbon, some Christmas ribbon, and had taken out to one of the trees, and he'd picked out a particular tree and tied that ribbon on that tree. So he says, everything in the field is $40, but that one tree right over there is not for sale. And so the man says, got it, I'll be back in a few minutes. Ha ha ha, yeah, I've heard that story before. And they go out into the field looking for that perfect tree. They go all over the fields. They go here, they go there, they go here, they go there. They go past that red ribbon tree several times. So in a few minutes, say 30, 45 minutes, the father comes back to the farmer and he says, we like all the trees that you've got, but my family is really wanting that one tree that you've got marked in the field. And the farmer says, well, I appreciate that, but that tree is not for sale. I have marked that tree and it is not for sale. Well, I know, but I'm going to have to go back and tell them that that tree that they want is not the one that they can get. He says, well, it's not for sale. So the father goes back out in the field and they run around for another 15 or 20 minutes. He comes back to the farmer again. And he says, I know you've told me that this tree in the field with a red ribbon is not for sale. My family is just intent on buying this tree. I know that there's a price on it. There's got to be. Every man's got a price. The farmer says, that may be true, but that one is not for sale. And the guy says, well, if it were for sale, what would you have to give for it? He says, I don't even want to talk about it. It's not for sale. So the father goes back out in the field again, and they stand another maybe 5 minutes. And the farmer could see that the father of that family, the dad there, is having a hard time. And so he says, he comes back to the farmer again. He says, okay, I have beat this dead horse so much. You told me that this tree with a ribbon on it is not for sale, but I've got to have that tree. I've got to take that tree home and put it up today. He says, what would it take for me to do that? Farmer says, I appreciate the offer, but I can't sell it. The guy says, what is your price? Every man's got a price. What would you take for it? And so the farmer's thought just a second. He says, well, I tell you what, I really don't want to sell this tree, but if I had to sell it, it would be $80. The dad says, sold. He goes out, cuts the tree, here comes the rain, cuts the tree and gives the ribbon back to the farmer. He takes it home, pays the farmer 80 bucks. Here's the rest of the story. The farmer goes with that red ribbon back out into the field and ties it on another tree. Now, when this story was told to me, I was thinking, I guess he had to pick out another tree. But what a sale! What a sale! Just thought I'd bring that up. I don't know whether that was true or not. It was told to me, but I don't know if another family come on the farm and look for that perfect tree and look for the red ribbon. I don't know. But this one farmer told me that that happened. I'll tell you one more and we'll quit. Now that the rain has let up a little bit, you can hear me a little better. The moral to that red ribbon story, I call it, is that, you know, two things. One is sometimes when families come on your farm and they find that perfect tree, looking at all the other trees, taking an hour or two to look at all the trees, they always come back to that one tree. That's one thing. The other thing is the farmer had one of the best sales gimmicks going. He was selling them one at a time. He had doubled his price, but I guess it was the inferring that tree was in fact the perfect tree. Had this other instance that was told, and this was told to be true, and I believe it to be true. This was out of a farm near Atlanta. The farmer had, actually the helper had two pre-cut Fraser firs next to each other. They were set up right next to it. They were identical. I mean, you walk around and you couldn't tell the difference. But one had a price of, like, we'll say, $125. The other one had a price, we'll say, of $100. And so this couple was coming up. The man of the family, the father or whatever, husband, he come up and he told the farmer, I want that tree that's $125. And when the farmer looked at it and he looked at the other tree, he says, sir, I'm going to have to be honest with you. He says, they have mispriced these trees. This one is $125, is identical to the one that is next to it, that is of a lesser price. What did I say it was, $100, okay? So I'll be able to sell you this other tree here for $100, and it's identical to this one. That way you'd save money. And surprisingly, the man says, no, I want the $125 tree. But sir, you don't understand, these are identical trees. They were put up at the same time, cut from the same field, probably cut next to each other, and I just mispriced this one, but I'll give you the benefit of this lesser price of $100. The guy says, no, I'm gonna pay the $125 for that tree. In his mind, the higher the price, the better the tree. Now, I don't know how many people out there that are watching this video that go and actually buy a Christmas tree and you're out there looking. You know, yeah, a lot of times the price that's a little bit higher might show a little bit of difference in the grade or the quality of the tree. But when they're identical and the farmer's giving you a break, they still didn't take it. It's sort of funny. But they're little funny stories from the Christmas tree farm while it's raining. Well, the rain's about let up. I'm going to get back out here and see what I can do. Thank you for watching this little short video. don't forget to subscribe if you hadn't subscribed. We tell little stories or we show you different things about the Christmas tree farm that we have. Also, you know, if you want to leave a comment as to, you know, what we can put on content to try to make this video better for you, that'll be fine. But until next time, we'll see you on Farming Around the Christmas Tree.